Well, here we are. I'm here with Elena Villa today from Milan, Italy. Everybody should subscribe to her channel. It's a great channel for lyric diction. What happened was, as I was browsing YouTube, I came across her channel. I loved her content, so we wrote to one another. I wrote to her and we said, why don't we just collaborate on stuff? And she wrote back, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Hi, John. Hi, everybody.
So welcome. How's Milan today?
Quite sunny
Oh
and windy.
yes, we're finally sunny here in Southern California. It's been a very strange year where we've had lots of rain and lots of clouds.
Here too.
So Elena, you can be found for, first of all, everybody should subscribe to her channel. We want to get you to at least 1,000 subs and many more. So the channel is called Elena Villa, ELENA VILLA, and you can go there and subscribe. Also, you are available for Skype coaching, so you can get private coachings. There's an email for that. It's info@elenavilla.it. That's Italia, it.it, right? And also you have a website, www.elenavilla.it, so you can find all your information there. Okay, great. Your background is not necessarily in, well, it's in classical music as an instrumentalist, right? Could you tell us something about that?
Yes, I started as a kid as a mandolin player, and I played classical mandolin for an orchestra for many years. And I mean, it's not popular mandolin, but it is like Vivaldi, Calace, and all the beautiful classical things that you can find about mandolin.
Yeah. So the other thing that people don't realize about mandolin is very hard. It's very hard to play classical mandolin, right? You're playing the instrument. And actually it takes a lot of practice to get up to speed on things.
It's very hard for the fingers. You have to really have strong fingers. And when you are a baby, it's quite hard. So you have to practice a lot. Then I grew up, of course, and things have changed. But when I was a child, it was really hard. It hurt. It hurts a lot, but it's beautiful. It has a wonderful sound, and lots of people from Asia love it.
It's also very interesting to hear it when you hear pianists play the mandolin part in Don Giovanni, and that the mandolin can only go so fast, right? Yeah. Pianists play it really fast, and then you get it with the orchestra, and then the mandolin player has to really try hard to keep up.
You should listen to Bolero of Calace. That is wonderful. That is something that everybody should listen to. It's wonderful.
So amazing. So how did you get the idea to start doing lyric diction? You do have vocal experience, so you're a vocalist, but mainly you were singing in jazz, correct? But then you decided to do lyric diction, and you have classical arias and 24 Italian arias like Caro mio ben and things like that. So how did you come about that?
Well, I have started learning how to singing classical, of course, singing canto lirico, because that's what you have to do when you start singing in Italy and you want to learn the technique, And so I started learning these arias, and then in the long run, I went back to what was my real passion, that was writing songs, and especially blues, rock, and jazz. And that is what I have learned then in the long run. But so my first experience as a singer was classical. And a couple of years ago, a very young opera singer from Canada came to my place and visited us. And she suggested me to do these videos because she said that in Canada, lots of students needed help for the pronunciation. She said, you cannot imagine how hard it is for a young student to pronounce properly Italian arias. it's very expensive to have a teacher teaching them how to pronounce arias. Of course, you can learn many dialects in America, but not the real Italian. So, well, I just accepted the challenge and tried to do some videos she suggested me to do. At first because she needed them, and then because she suggested me something to do. Then I have my list, but of course I have a lot of plans about my channel, not only this one, and so I've been trying to get organized and do some of this and some of the other things.
So one of the exciting things that's going to happen is we're going to start making videos together. And I never claimed to be a native Italian speaker, but have discovered a lot along the way, a lot of formulas for the things in Italian. We're taught that it's all phonetic language and there are all kinds of things. So one of the exciting things is our exchange of ideas. And I'm very excited to have a native Italian model to bounce off of as we do these things. So that's going to be exciting. One of our challenges was to find an actual time of the day that we can do this. So basically, it's dinner time for you. You're the end of the day, and it's the beginning of the day for me. So Elena's in Milan, and I'm in Southern California. So I don't know how many difference in hours it is, but I guess 10 o'clock my time or 8 o'clock my time is late in the afternoon for you. So that's going to work out quite nicely now that we have that figured out. Also, my other question for you is, so you're doing a lot of different things right now. So how do you balance all the different things in your life? You're teaching, you're playing, and you have family.
Yes, yes. Well, family is a big work, people. It's a very big work, but it's wonderful because when you have kids and they love music and your husband is a musician too, that is perfect. So that's my situation. My husband is also my drummer, so the band is going on. We have lots of plans for our band. It's the Malcondita, the band we've been working for many years, and it's a rock band. It's rock, but we like to try different things. And also I'm working with voices in the sense that my students here are now going to be a band, a vocal band. So I think we will do something with them too. That would be exciting. I have always liked to sing with choir girls, and they are wonderful. Their name is the Voice Crackers. And I really want to do something with them next album. That would be perfect. Then about students, about lessons, I have here my studio and I work here, and I also work on Skype. I work on my channel. So my day is quite full, but it's funny. It's something I do with a lot of strength and enthusiasm because I love it. So it's not so impossible to do,
This brings me to I remember my question now. You're in the position that I am in, where I am an English speaker teaching Italian, right? And you teach English, right?
Yeah.
You teach English. So what is that like for you?
The funny thing is that when I saw your videos, I thought, look at this teacher. He's doing what I do here, and that was amazing because you did it in very smart. It's very smart, the way you do it. You approach the diction, the Italian diction. I am trying to do my best, but we will never be native speakers. We will try to go as close as possible to the right thing. But the thing is that when the pronunciation is good, then the sound is good. So I try to do my best to teach them to pronounce properly, listening to the singer, the native singer, and trying to repeat the sounds. It's quite difficult sometimes because we always say, for example, instead of the, we say the. And that is hard to tell. Just slow down, say the, and it's difficult. It's not so spontaneous.
I think there are 16 vowels in English. And
yeah,
seven in Italian. So then, that's the things when you have to learn sounds that you don't have. It's the only thing for an English speaker would be to learn some of the mixed vowels that are in German and French that you don't have in English. You see, that's very interesting because I never went about it with the idea that I am, this is the perfect Italian. However, if you're lost, you can come to my channel. You learn some formulas. It's a beginning. Then you can branch out. Then you're going to compare to the native singers, and there are always these choices that are being made that when you listen to the great singers, then you say, oh, I understand now. There was that formula. I got my mouth moving the right way, and now I can sharpen those skills.
Yeah.
So,
I find very smart your ideas about how to pronounce things. Also because as a native English speaker, you know exactly the problem. So when you have to pronounce something in Italian, you understand how hard it is for a young student to do it. And so you have this idea of helping out. And I'm trying to do it, but of course, it's too natural for me to pronounce in Italian, so I just do it, and it's I cannot go so much into it. I can try to figure out how it is, but I cannot give so many tricks and suggestions as you do. So
I'm looking forward to it because we can have you read something and then I can say, see, this is what happens here, and then this and that and that, and then it's a way better model than I myself doing it, where I'm going to have an accent just because I speak English all day. So your mouth is moving like you're speaking English, and then you go to speak Italian. You're not quite going far enough into the Italian. So great. So we're going to see everybody in the next video, and I look forward to our working together. So again, the YouTube channel is Elena Villa. So subscribe. info@elenavilla.it, and I will link everything in the description of this video. Elena, thank you for taking the time today.
Thank you, John. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Ciao.
Ciao.